Welcome back. You're watching Dukascopy TV, and today we're going to take a look at a very interesting topic. Now we're looking at movies, Wolf of Wall Street, product placement, and I'm joined by Rebekah Jorgensen from Webster University. Welcome today.
Thank you very much.
So first of all, I mentioned Wolf of Wall Street. Now that was one of the most recent big movies looking at finance. Now, Red Granite Pictures, which is actually the stepson of Malaysia, he is one of the financial backers now for Wolf of Wall Street. Now, looking just that as an example, what other examples do you have, and why do people pick certain movies to financially back?
The situation with Wolf of Wall Street is really good. It's a financier, two financiers who had very excellent connections, who came to Hollywood with good financial backing. It really doesn't matter the political connections so much. But the nice thing about it is that they found people in town who really knew what they were doing. They went to good talent like DiCaprio and so on, and they had a great strategy of doing a big picture like a tentpole, but also doing some smaller mid-budget pictures, which kind of protects you from getting too hit by one disaster. Financiers should always look at trying to balance their investments in Hollywood pictures, because not all of them are going to make it.
And what would be the main challenges facing financiers at the moment?
I think the big thing is that there are so many people who are trying to, it's like building a house of cards. You're trying to get it started. You need that financial component on there, but sometimes you get that before you have the other places, and it's like, which do you do, the cart before the horse? When those things kind of coalesce at the same time, and you really can have signed contracts that push you ahead, you're much more likely to succeed as a financier. Sometimes you think of financing as requiring the entire, the whole production. There are innovative ways of providing financing to parts of it without committing on the whole. You see studios divvying up half and half payments or half and half distribution for projects, and financiers can do the same thing. You can say, look, I just want to pay for prints and advertising, and I don't want to deal with financing basic production, or you can go the other route, depending on your strength and your interests.
Okay, and looking at independent movies now becoming much more popular, many independent filmmakers are moving into mid-budget movies. Now, they see this as an opportunity, as bigger studios are not so interested. So can you tell us about this opportunity?
The big studios more and more are going to be what we call the tent poles, the big blockbusters, or there'll be distribution outlets for the mid-sized products. The thing about a mid-sized product is that it doesn't garner the huge worldwide box office sometimes of the big action pictures, but on the other hand, you have to fill the screens. You have to find something. For a long time, people thought that the little tiny pictures would do that, but people still want the star power, they want the cachet. So those mid-budget pictures have a place, and sometimes they're a safer place to put investment, as long as you have the good production values, key people in place, and good backing, then you're in good shape.
Okay, and looking at product placement now, that's a really powerful marketing tool. It's also quite interesting. Can you give us some examples of when a company's stock rose as a result of placing this product in a big movie? And of course, is it just short term? Like, is the profit just short lived, or do we see it in longer terms?
There's no question that product placement is becoming a huge growing area again. One of the best examples is Lego. The Lego movie has earned, I mean, how can you be more about product placement than the Lego movie, right? They had, of course, a franchise, but there was a good product prior to that. Product placement works for two reasons. First of all, commercial advertising, the public's ability to move away from the commercials is increasing, so you're trying to put it back in the content. On the flip side, if you make it too obvious, it becomes a joke. So if you do covert product placement, people like it. And there are actually brands, like some of the big car brands, that are making their own films now, but using their cars or whatever as the vehicle for an action picture with big name stars that is going to be films that are released on the internet, and that's a huge area. So product placement will continue to grow, but it needs to be used wisely, and sometimes they miss.
Okay, Rebekah, and before I let you go, just a quick look at female characters and female actresses. Now, we've had Twilight, Hunger Games. It's becoming quite huge, quite popular, but some believe these type of movies don't actually draw audiences outside the United States. Now, is that true?
I think that's a very mixed question. It depends on where. And when we see a predominance of, say, male ensemble action, buddy films, what we call buddy films, or male ensemble teams with, say, one token female involved, these films travel well around the world because there's no question about the roles of the guys. They're out there fighting evil or doing whatever they're doing. The trouble is that when you start to mix in the roles of women, in some countries, if that film like Twilight Zone or those, it's going to do great because people have no trouble with a female heroine who can go out and get what she wants. In other countries, it's a different cultural institution and it's harder to sell. So people who are trying to maximize their finance are often going to go for products where they know they can get it across the globe unless they're sure they have a franchise that will work in the United States.
Rebekah, thanks a million. Love the interview. Great topic. Thanks very much.
Thank you for having me anytime.
Great. We will definitely have you back sometime soon. Okay, well, do stay tuned, viewers. Don't go anywhere as we have plenty more interviews heading your way. See you soon.